Going down Bleak Street, so I see the way I drink. I kiss the sky to send the new away. That girl makes me want to be a better girl.
Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. Kelly and Doug have invited us here to share in their joy and to celebrate their love for one another. By our presence, we support their decision to care for one another from this perfect evening forward. Doug's family and friends couldn't have been surprised to learn that we would all be gathering here for this ceremony. But I imagine a few eyebrows were raised among Kelly's family when they learned that the wedding location would be Doug's old summer camp.
Oh yeah.
It's understandable if you feared musty tents, spider webs, and cold grilled cheese. And you can find all those things here, it's true, even in January. But there's more to the spot. In some ways, the place speaks for itself. There's no need to point out the lake, the hills, the forests, or the stars. But for many of us, this is a spot that approaches sacredness, not only because of its beauty, but because of the friendships and romances that have been forged here. It's a place many of us return to, not just to remember good times, but to be reminded of what we are capable of giving and who we're capable of being. So it's a long way to come, but it's a good place to come. And it's an ideal place to celebrate the beginning of Kelly and Doug's new life together.
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are, my world, my true. And it's you are, whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing with you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky, of a tree called life, which grows higher than the soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart.
It's often observed that happy, lasting relationships require hard work. Given that hard work also describes pedaling bikes uphill and unclogging gutters, it seems like these two words fail to capture exactly what it takes to keep a relationship vibrant beyond the initial thrills and to make it endure through rough times. It takes more than the sheer will and drive that leads to success in so many other aspects of our lives. It's difficult to say exactly what it takes to make a marriage work, but many of us here tonight show what it takes. You not only find the patience and honesty, playfulness and selflessness, sensitivity and restraint to remain loving partners, but you also find a way to make all that hard work look very easy. Last weekend, I basically invited myself up to Kelly and Doug's place to hang out with them during one of the busiest weeks of their lives, just so I could get a better sense of what to say on this, the big night. During dinner, we were discussing the vows, which, if all continues to go well, you'll hear shortly. And one of them suggested that they vow the following: I promise to laugh at all your jokes. Kelly quickly amended it to, I promise to laugh at some of your jokes. Maybe 25% of them. DK looked a little stunned. He just shook his head and tried but failed to sound angry. 25%? It was one of many moments last weekend when I got to see what those of you who live around here get to see all the time. They really like each other. They're in love. It's great. They're both genuinely excited by the proposition of spending the rest of their lives together. And they're going to be good at it, at least partly because they know how to be loving, trusting, and playful, and neither of them tries to be more powerful than the other. In his letters to a young poet, Rilke wrote that a good marriage is one in which each partner appoints the other to be the guardian of his solitude. And thus they show each other the greatest possible trust. Once the realization is accepted that even between the closest people, infinite distances exist, a marvelous living side by side can grow up for them if they succeed in living with the expanse between them. Kelly and Douglas, thanks for inviting us here tonight to celebrate the marvelous living side by side. Douglas, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as you both shall live?
I will.
Kelly, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as you both shall live?
I will.
Will all of you, witnessing these promises, do all in your power to uphold these persons in their marriage?
We will.
Thanks.
Sorry we didn't memorize it. I, Doug, take you, Kelly, to be my wife.
I, Kelly, take you, Doug, to my husband.
I vow to love you and care for you in sickness and in health.
I will strive to know you and to know myself, to trust you and to be trustworthy.
I will say what needs to be said and remember to listen.
I promise to grow along with you, celebrate your accomplishments, and be your strongest ally.
I will respect you as your own person and realize that your interests, desires, and needs are no less important than my own.
I will be honest with you, kind, patient, and forgiving.
I will find ways to make you laugh, smile, and I will continue to search for excellent mac and cheese recipes.
I promise to be your best friend, appreciate you always, love you just because, and love you with my whole heart. As long as we both shall know. With this ring, I give you my promise that from this day forward, we shall never walk alone. We will walk life together as partners, friends, and lovers. I promise that I shall do my best to love and accept you the way you are. With this ring, I give you your freedom and my trust in you. I give you my heart until the end.
but with this ring, I give you my promise that from this day forward, you shall never walk alone. We will walk through our lives together as partners, friends, and lovers. I promise that I shall do my best to love and accept you the way that you are. With this ring, I give you your freedom and my trust in you. I give you my heart until the end.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. God bless you.
Together we'll wait past